Let me tell you something most parents have no idea about. Right now, the federal government is handing out a free $1,000 to millions of American children. There's no strings, no catch, just money sitting there waiting to be claimed. But the 1,000 isn't the story. What you do with it is the story. Because if you set this up correctly, that free grant can become six figures. And if you go all in, we're talking about giving your child a multi-million-dollar retirement before they ever receive their first paycheck. So today I'm breaking down exactly how Trump accounts work, who qualifies, and the three paths to turning this into serious generational wealth. Without further ado, let's dive in. What is a Trump account? It was created under the
One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025.
A Trump account is a tax-advantaged custodial investment account built specifically for American children under the age of 18. Think of it as the head start on investing that most adults never got. You manage it as the parent or the guardian, but the money legally belongs to your child. The core advantage is the tax-deferred structure. Every dollar of growth compounds year after year without getting taxed along the way. Your child won't owe taxes until they withdraw, which means the full weight of the market works in their favor for decades. Here's what makes it different from a regular custodial IRA. A standard custodial IRA requires your child to have earned income before you can contribute. Trump accounts have no earned income requirement. You can start the day your child has a social security number. But who is getting the free $1,000? To receive the government's seed deposit, the $1,000, your child needs to be a US citizen with a valid social security number, and they need to be born between January 2025 and December 31st, 2028. If your kids were born before 2025, don't stress. They can still have a Trump account. They just won't get the $1,000 seed money. Everything else works exactly the same. But let's talk about the guardrails with these accounts. You see, the money is locked up until 18 with very few narrow exceptions. The investment options are simple. Low-cost index funds and ETFs tracking major indexes like the S&P 500, but there's no individual stocks allowed, no options, no leverage bets, and the law caps fund fees at 0.1%. So Wall Street can't quietly drain the account. It's simple, it's focused, and it's built for compounding. Let me show you the actual numbers across three paths from the minimum effort version to the full send version. I'm gonna get up to the whiteboard right now. Let's go do the math together. Let's go over three pathways that we can make your child a multimillionaire with these new Trump accounts. The path number one is just called the free money path. This is the easiest one. This is the one where you don't do very much. This is the one where the government does everything for you. Your child is born between 2025 and 2028, so you qualify for $1,000 of seed deposit. Then this money is going to be invested into conservative stocks like the S&P 500 index fund. Never another dollar gets added by you, the parent. All you did was open up the account. And at an average 8% rate of return, which is what the S&P 500 has spit out conservatively over the last 10 years, you'd be looking at $148,000 for your child by the time the child is ready for retirement. So $1,000 of you just filling out a little bit of paperwork ends up with a six-figure result. Not bad. Here's pathway number two. We call this the fully funded childhood pathway. This means in year one, instead of you just receiving the $1,000 seed money, you max out the additional $5,000. This brings your total contribution in year one to $6,000. But you're not done yet. You're going to contribute $5,000 a year until the age of 18, or $400 a month for your child, bringing your total contributions from the moment your child is born until the moment that they're 18 to $91,000. That means the balance at the time that your child is age 18 would be $191,000. 100K is pure tax-deferred growth. That means if you stopped contributing right here and you just let it sit in the market for another 47 years of compounding, by the time your child is able to pull this money in retirement at a conservative 7% growth, we'd be looking at $4.6 million inside of that investment account. And at an 8% growth, we'd be looking at $7.1 million. Now, keep in mind, this is if the family put in only $91,000 and never added more money. Let me show you pathway number three. Pathway number three, and my favorite pathway, is we call it the full send pathway. This is when the family funds the first 18 years, bringing the total to $191,000. Then the adult child keeps contributing $7,500 a year. That is the IRA limit as of 2026. They're going to make this same $7,500 contribution until they're in their retirement age of 65. At a 7% rate of return with this contribution on top of what the parents contributed up until they were 18, we have 7% rate of return converting into $7.1 million. At an 8% rate of return, that's $11 million. The total out of pocket between the child and the parents is going to come out to $443,000, but that $443,000 can result in an 8-figure retirement. This is compound interest, and that's why we call it the eighth wonder of the world. How contributions work. While your child is under 18, parents, grandparents, and family members can contribute up to a combined $5,000 per year. The government's $1,000 seed does not count against the cap, so you can fully fund the account right out of the gate. One thing most working parents don't know is that employers can contribute up to $2,500 per year directly into your child's Trump account as a workplace benefit, and it counts towards the $5,000 cap. Those contributions are excluded from your taxable income today. Some companies will even set up automatic contributions through your benefits department. When your child turns 18, they take legal control. The family cap goes away, and they can keep contributing of their own up to the standard IRA limit in any year that they have earned income. The account never has to stop growing. But here's the tax picture, and I want to be straight with you here because there's some confusion out there. Trump accounts are tax deferred. They are not tax-free. I repeat, they are not tax-free. Growth is sheltered while it compounds, but withdrawals are still taxed. The exact treatment is still being finalized in Treasury regulations, so when your child gets close to accessing the money, that's when they sit down with a tax professional and map out the actually most tax-efficient strategy to pull out the money. But how do we set it up? It's free and it's done online. What happens is the government wants to gather your government-issued information, your ID, your child's date of birth, their address, and their social security number. They want you to log into your IRS portal through your verified ID.me account and file IRS Form 4547, the Trump election form, to establish the account and enroll your child for the seed deposit if they qualify. Or you can go directly to trumpaccount.gov and irs.gov for current instructions. If you get a text or email about Trump accounts, do not click any links. Go to the official sites directly. Anytime the government's putting money on the table, scammers follow. Protect your information. Contributions officially open July 4th, 2026. That's when it all starts. So get the paperwork done now so you can fund it the moment this window opens. Now, I want to ask all of you guys that follow my channel, what do you guys truthfully think about the Trump accounts? Do you like them? Are you going to take advantage of it? You know it's free money, right? Drop it in the comments what you think. And if you're earning over $700,000 a year and you want to book a call with my team to see what we're capable of doing, go ahead and see the links below. Also, you can grab a copy of my book, The Art of Legal Tax Avoidance Volume 1. If you want to learn how to secure a government grant to fund your next business, go ahead and click on this video right here. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you can see the next video. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Cheers.